Talk to me about prioritizing self-care in your life.
It was about 10 years ago now where I was working 60, 70, 80 hour, the odd 80-hour work week, which now I'm like, I don't even know how I did that because I've trained myself out of that.
Yeah.
And three kids at home and marriage and you just do it, right? You show up each day, you do your best. I was really, really struggling on the inside with worry about what people will think or feeling guilty about letting people down or just spread so thin. But my work got the best side of me and my family got the worst side of me. I had very little oomph and energy left or presence. I'm very present now. I wasn't really present back then.
Yeah.
And after operating that way for a number of years, it got to the point where it was hurting my connection with my husband and kids. I knew something had to change. And so I stopped working outside of business hours cold turkey. And the unexpected thing that happened through that is I started to perform even better. I started to actually prioritize my day. I learned how to say no in a way that kept my relationships strong. I was more focused on the right things and let go of those things that weren't the best use of my time or, delegated to my team where before I would just take it all on myself. So I prioritize to your question of self-care, protecting my time and energy, having boundaries between my work and personal life, prioritizing my own needs. I learned that and that was good and again performed better from it. Another part that I hadn't learned until after I left my corporate career was how to calm my busy mind. And that's another part of self-care. When we think of self-care, a lot of times it's like, what are the things we're doing? It's like, what helps calm your mind? And so while I had better boundaries and I prioritized better and I said no, I was still in my head a lot. I was still worried about what will people think or feeling guilty that I was saying no to someone. And a big question I was driven by is how do we be our best and feel our best, even with all the demands and expectations? Because that's not going away. So,
Yeah.
what can we do for ourselves? And so, part of my self care routine was those boundaries with my time, but also what are the things to help take care of my stress and take care of my mind? And that looks different for different people. But not only do you feel better, you can also show up for others in a better way. There's a difference between doing our best and being our best self. And a lot of that stress and
Yeah.
overwhelm and being exhausted, that hides our best. We get grumpy with the people we love. We are distracted when we're at work. And so clearing some of that. And I always say, like, instead of sacrificing our career and our family, let's sacrifice the overwhelm and the worry and
Mm.
the overworking because that hides a lot of what our best is.